In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to...
In an explosive 3-hour interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt Williams went from goofy to gritty, exposing the dark underbelly of the entertainment world. While many expected laughs, what they got was a jaw-dropping revelation of the industry's dirty secrets. Unbelievably, Katt singled out comedy heavyweight Kevin Hart, accusing him of power-hungry motives that could shatter the foundation of their friendship. But what exactly is behind these shocking accusations? And why Kevin Hart? Join us as we dive deep into the shocking confrontation that has Katt Williams on a mission to destroy Kevin Hart's empire. But before we move on, don't forget to click on the subscriber button. Without further ado, let's get started. In a riveting podcast interview that sent shockwaves through the comedy world, Katt Williams unleashed a barrage of explosive allegations against his fellow comedian Kevin Hart. Williams boldly cast doubt on the genuineness of Hart's meteoric rise in the comedy industry, hurling accusations that questioned the very foundations of Hart's success. According to Williams, the glitzy facade surrounding Hart's accomplishments may be nothing more than a meticulously crafted illusion. He asserted that there exists no verifiable evidence of Hollywood insiders basking in the brilliance of sold-out Kevin Hart shows or witnessing the loud applause that supposedly follows him at comedy clubs. Williams went a step further, branding Hart as an industry plant, insinuating a grand manipulation by Hollywood honchos to mold him into the comedic superstar we know today. Williams skillfully dissected perceived inconsistencies in Hart's comedic journey, questioning the logistics of simultaneously performing on both coasts, Los Angeles and the East Coast. The accusations didn't merely settle into the shadows. They set ablaze a fierce feud between the two humor titans, thrusting their dispute into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. In a particularly damning quote, Williams painted a vivid picture of the skepticism surrounding Hart's alleged triumphs. "No one has ever said, 'I went to the Kevin Hart show and it was sold out.' Nobody has ever seen a standing ovation at a Kevin Hart show. What you've seen is arenas full of people. That's not the same thing. They won't say that. Get any old white guy and say, 'When you went to the Kevin Hart show, did you see him get a standing ovation?' They'll say, 'We got dinner before the show.'" Williams' bombshell accusations haven't merely unsettled the comedic realm. They've thrown open a Pandora's box of broader inquiries into the authenticity and intricate dynamics of stand-up comedy within the entertainment industry. The ongoing clash between these two comedic heavyweights not only captivates audiences, but also fuels heated debates within the comedy community, leaving us all eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this gripping saga. In expressing his frustration with Katt, Kevin accused him of
to be living under a rock or be the dumbest motherfucker in the world if you couldn't tell that Katt has had substance abuse problems. Stop the cap. Katt Williams is where Katt Williams is because of choices.
Blaming Hollywood and the white man for his downfall, citing drug use as the reason studios distanced themselves. Kevin asserted that Katt never used his platform to uplift fellow comedians. Katt, however, fired back on Instagram Live, asserting that Kevin, in fact, epitomizes an industry plant. According to Katt, Kevin achieved success on the East Coast before effortlessly transitioning to Hollywood, receiving opportunities without proving himself. Katt vehemently challenged Kevin's narrative, claiming that in 15 years in Hollywood, there's no record of a sold-out Kevin Hart show, a line for him, or standing ovations at comedy clubs. According to Katt, Kevin already had deals in place upon arriving in Hollywood, an unprecedented feat. He questioned how Kevin, in his first year in LA, secured a sitcom and a leading role in a movie, all without having to prove himself. In this verbal sparring, Katt labeled Kevin as the epitome of an industry plant, insinuating that his success wasn't earned but handed to him. The feud, rife with accusations and counter-accusations, unveils a tangled web of perceptions and conflicting narratives within the comedic realm. In the escalating clash between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart, it's vital to delve into how Hart has responded to the damning accusations thrown his way. Initially taking to former Twitter X, Hart dismissed Williams' claims as sorrowful and urged him to release the grip of his anger. However, Hart didn't let the feud consume him. Instead, he shifted the focus to his triumphs. In a strategic move to spotlight his Netflix comedy special, Lift, Hart utilized social media to share a trailer for the film. Amidst the ongoing drama, he cleverly interpreted a specific line from the trailer as a subtle nod to Katt Williams. This showcased Hart's ability to rise above the feud, redirecting the spotlight towards his achievements and leaving observers intrigued. They love you. Gugu Mbatha Raw in the trailer for Lift. Hart's response not only underscores his resilience in the face of controversy, but also emphasizes his determination to uphold his comedic legacy and showcase his prowess in the world of comedy. Swiftly addressing Katt Williams' accusations on Twitter, Hart brushed them off as groundless while expressing concern for Williams' apparent anger and bitterness. Opting for a high road, Hart refrained from engaging in a verbal sparring match with Williams. In a series of tweets, he chose to soar above the drama, emphasizing his hard work and success. It's truly a shame when you see older people who have success try to tear down younger Black comedians, Hart tweeted, driving home his point. He added, "The hate and bitterness should stop. If you don't like me, keep it moving. I worked hard for my success, and it's paying off." Even amid controversy, Hart remained undeterred in promoting his upcoming Netflix comedy, Lift. Sharing a captivating trailer for the film on Twitter, he capitalized on the attention generated by the feud to create buzz for his project. This strategic maneuver not only showcased Hart's ability to navigate the turbulent waters of controversy, but also added an extra layer of intrigue to the unfolding narrative of this comedic clash. In the thrilling trailer for Lift, a pivotal moment unfolds as Kevin Hart's co-star, Gugu Mbatha Raw, utters the words, "They really love you." Hart, ever the astute observer, decoded this statement as a subtle nod to Katt Williams, cleverly hinting that the overwhelming love and support from his fans far surpass any negativity directed his way. Hart's response not only showcases his ability to soar above the dramatic fray, but also underscores his unwavering focus on a flourishing career. Opting not to entangle himself in a verbal tussle with Williams, Hart not only displayed maturity, but also sent a powerful message: external conflicts will not cast a shadow over his path to success. Interestingly, to trace the roots of the heated rivalry between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart, one must rewind to a verbal sparring match over Tiffany Haddish. In 2018, Williams took a jab at Haddish's comedic prowess, asserting that she hadn't yet proven herself in stand-up comedy. Quick to defend, Hart questioned Williams' blame on Hollywood and the proverbial white man, urging him to take responsibility for his actions. This fiery exchange planted the seeds for the ongoing feud. The conflict reached new heights when Williams and Hart clashed again in an interview. Williams, with derogatory comments, insinuated that Haddish's success was solely based on her physical appearance, not her comedic talent. In a passionate defense, Hart stood up for Haddish, highlighting her tireless efforts and dedication to the comedy craft. This defense not only intensified the rift between Hart and Williams, but also solidified the divide, marking a point of no return in their ongoing feud. In a candid exchange, Hart voiced his perplexity at Williams' pervasive anger, expressing frustration not just as an individual, but also as a fellow Black man witnessing internal strife within their community. Hart emphasized that Williams had the golden opportunity to be the pinnacle, the ultimate success story, but instead chose to focus on others' achievements, branding him as a detractor incapable of personal growth. The palpable tension between Williams and Hart continues unabated, each seizing every chance to throw verbal jabs at the other. This feud, like a fault line, not only fractures the unity of the comedy industry, but also prompts introspection about loyalty and support within the community. Responding to Hart's defense of Tiffany Haddish, Williams didn't mince words on Instagram. Accusing Hart of prioritizing drugs over his career and allegedly shirking work commitments, Williams challenged Hart's claim of scaring off Hollywood studios, pointing to his IMDb profile as counter-evidence. This volley of accusations and counterattacks further stoked the fiery feud. In an illuminating interview, Williams doubled down on his critique of Hart, shedding light on his perspective. Williams contended that Hart's success was a result of strategic marketing and industry connections rather than raw talent alone. Williams fearlessly delved into sensitive topics, probing into Hart's personal life and casting doubts on his comedic authenticity. Kevin Hart may be raking in the dollars, but he's lost the essence of joke telling. His focus has shifted to social media stunts and brand building rather than genuine humor, Williams asserted, not holding back. Seizing the opportunity, Williams underscored his achievements and extensive experience in the comedy realm, declaring that he's paid his dues and rightfully earned his place. His sharp comebacks and unfiltered commentary only add more intensity to the flames of the ongoing feud between these two comedic titans, leaving the audience eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this dramatic clash of humor and egos. Meanwhile, there's been a persistent belief that Kevin is not a natural success story, but rather someone strategically placed in the industry to replace Katt. These suspicions deepened after a Saturday Night Live sketch coincided with Kevin's Hollywood breakthrough, and concurrently the media tarnished Katt's image by labeling him as an addict. Katt vehemently denied this in a fiery 2016 outburst, attributing his avoidance of cocaine to a medical history involving a tumor and subsequent surgery. Katt claimed that he lost several roles to Kevin simply because he asked to tone down some scenes, particularly those with overtly gay content. According to Katt, every movie Kevin did in 5 years was initially offered to him, with his only request being to make certain scenes less stereotypical and more universally funny. However, the scenes remained unchanged, and the roles were handed to Kevin instead. Katt highlighted his stand against overtly homosexual content, asserting that it wasn't necessary for humor, and expressed frustration at being portrayed as a problematic person for sticking to his standards. Fans are rallying behind Katt, praising him for shedding light on the industry's workings. Conversely, Kevin is facing criticism for attempting to label Katt as bitter and problematic in a Breakfast Club interview, despite having his share of personal issues. Fans are pointing out Kevin's two Dewey incidents, his troubled marriages due to infidelity, and the controversies involving Tiffany Haddish. The sentiment is that the interview hasn't aged well for Kevin, especially as he attempted to paint Katt Williams in a negative light while having his own set of personal challenges. Social media is buzzing with commentary, with one person noting how Kevin built his audience on jokes about his son's developmental disability and questioning his credibility as more than a mediocre entertainer. The unfolding drama is keeping fans engaged, creating a web of intrigue and opinions surrounding the clash between these two comedic figures. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts about why Katt really wants to destroy Kevin in the comments section below. Click on the next video if you aren't aware. Jamie Foxx reveals Diddy tried to kill him for not hanging out in shady parties. And don't forget to subscribe.